to go.
Yes, people, welcome back to the One True Red podcast. And this week we're joined by Uche and Mikey D. Lads, it's International Week. How you been feeling? Enjoying the international football?
What happened there with the introduction? I didn't hear anything. Is it just me?
It's
Yeah,
just
no,
you.
same. But
Oh, really?
continue. Yeah.
All right, it loaded up on my screen, but
I thought I
All
was
right.
down and out again.
I was like, why
we're
is they not
a
playing?
bit delayed because Mikey's been having some technical issues, but we're live now. Yeah, International Week. It's been interesting. There's been a few shocks. But we're gonna have a little chat about it is live, Kibbsy. Welcome back. We're gonna have a chat about some of the discourse that's come out of the game, the England game against Serbia, and also going to predict the games that are coming up this weekend. So we're back to Premier League football this weekend. Big North London derby, Mikey, coming up. I say big, you're going to beat them as always. And then Liverpool are taking on rejuvenated Nottingham Forest. But as it's International Week, we might as well touch on what's going on in the scene of international football. And England ran out 2-0 winners, Mikey. And a couple of Arsenal boys doing the stuff for England.
As
But
usual.
somehow, Foden has been getting all the praise for that silly 5-yard pass. I don't know what's going on.
It's just really confusing around the commentary from people in positions within the media, people on social media, TalkSport, Sky, all of these, BBC, ITV, whoever's got the footage tends to have a focus on particular players. And there's a narrative that's being built across different players. The one we're looking at now is Foden's stupendous pass to Eze on the edge of the box, where Eze bends it into the top corner first time. And everybody's eulogizing about a 8-yard pass. It's absolutely ridiculous. And that follows on from some commentary that I was hearing the previous day that Eze shouldn't be going to the World Cup. I just wonder why these narratives are being kind of pushed. You heard a lot of different people eulogizing about that Foden pass. Nobody commented on Eze's finish. Absolutely nobody. The interviewer, when he was speaking to Eze, focused on Foden's pass and how that created the opportunity for Eze to score. And anybody who's kicked a ball or watched football will understand that the pass was 10% of the goal. Yeah, very confusing.
I saw the stat. Somebody mentioned it. It was 0.03 xG for that goal.
Yeah.
And they're raving about Foden. Foden runs with space, nobody around him, passes the ball 5 yards, lays it on a plate, is what I heard the commentary say. And then he bends it first time top corner, and the focus is on Foden, not on Eze's finish. It's just odd.
Very odd. And in that same game, Saka scores a beautiful goal, 0.02 xG. So 2 very, very good goals that are unexpected. And all the commentary is about an 8-yard pass from Phil Foden, a player that has never played well in an England shirt. And so they're trying to push and squeeze him into every plan, which is why all of the questions to Tuchel are around how Foden can be squeezed into the England team. Will Bellingham be coming back? Yes, Bellingham looks like he will be coming back, and Rodgers will be playing back up to him. But Foden's never had a good performance for the England team. Saka has been the one carrying them. I'll get onto Saka in a bit, but at the moment we're focusing on that Eze narrative that's been going around.
Even like I understand Foden has been one of the golden boys, and England football team media like to focus on certain players, but it was rubbish last season. Let's be honest, it was rubbish last season. He hasn't been great playing for England. I don't even know, even if they do take him, where he's going to start. in that he came on for Kane, I believe, against Serbia, and today he came on again. And I don't actually know where they're actually going to play him. But Uche, what's your take on this whole? What's the deal with Foden? The focus on Foden instead of other players that are actually doing stuff and contributing.
My take is that I don't really like talking about England. There's nothing to discuss. I'll see you at the World Cup, fellas. If you're there, we talk about you there. All this is all gesturing, all part of the bants. But I saw the comments. It was ridiculous what you posted on the group. It is astonishing to call that an assist and bloviate. I saw the commentary that came with it. It is very, very strange. The reasons for that, I guess maybe someone somewhere likes Foden that much, but he's not going to play. So it's much of a muchness, guys. I don't think if you get into your feelings. As for Saka is not going to get dropped. Let's be honest, guys. Saka is one of the best players for England, and has been exceptional so far as he continues to be. So he's an absolute guarantee. I don't think any calls for him to be dropped is warranted. From what I've seen. So I think it's going to be Saka and Kane at 2 out of those 3 spots, pretty much certified if they're fit and ready. Yeah, very strange commentary when I saw that, to be honest. I don't really get it because Foden is not going to play. There is no situation where Foden starts for England. It doesn't exist. Even if they had 3 injuries to the key players, he's still not going to start. So I think it's much of a muchness, if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, Uche. Mikey, so left. I think the
big question is who goes. Having outlined the players that are competing for that number 10 position, he's outlined Foden as a 9.5. For me, Foden can only go if he doesn't take an additional striker in terms of a number 9.
But even that is a waste of time. I don't really get this.
But that's the only way he even goes, not about plays.
Yeah, I understand that because I probably wouldn't, like, if I had to, I'll probably take Foden rather than take another striker, because in a situation where hopefully Kane is fit, right? Like, so I assume he's completely fit, no injury issues. If you're chasing a game, you keep Kane on.
Take him off.
Yeah, you're not going to take him off. It will make no sense. So you keep him on and you then bring a false 9 who might be trying to find a pass or the goal. Or you might move someone like Bellingham closer to Kane. So I don't really see the point for the likes of Watkins or whoever to come into the team. The thing about England is always the same. You know, the pressure is to deliver the goal. It's not about getting to the semis and stuff like that. And I think, you know, we'll see. But obviously, my prediction is that they'll fall short. But it won't be because of anyone's fault. I just feel like there are 2 or 3 teams that are better than them. So just
who would you say those are, Uche?
I think France, to me, always should be a step above almost everyone in world football. Despite having a very terrible World Cup qualifiers, and they look quite bad sometimes when you watch them. I think Brazil, I'll put them up there. And I like the look of Portugal, obviously Spain. So those are the kind of teams where if you were to tell me tomorrow that England's facing any of those teams, it would be a tight game. And in a tight game, if it goes to penalties or it's tight, you know, they could get knocked out. I wouldn't diss any manager for losing to these teams. If you lose to a team that's not one of those teams, then I'll be like, okay, that's quite shocking. But I think those games are very, very. I expect a close game, and in a close game like that, you know, someone's got to lose, and I think England could well lose those kind of fixtures.
Yeah, absolutely, and it'll be Tuchel's first tournament as England manager, so I imagine
I think you should correct yourself. The only tournament.
Yeah.
He's not staying, is he? Let's be honest.
Well, it's not confirmed.
Yeah, but I don't think he's staying. I mean, I think after this, if he doesn't, unless you're telling me he delivers it, then obviously that completely changes. But if he doesn't win it, what are you keeping him for?
If he makes semi-final, he's not staying? In your view?
No, I don't think he stays. What, he hasn't done the job. What's the point?
Who takes over?
Well, find someone else.
There isn't. They've gone to Tuchel, so forget the English.
Find another foreigner manager. You know, there's always
like who?
Mourinho might be interested. Who knows?
No,
there's always somebody. There's always somebody, right? There's always someone who's interested. It's not. That's not. England will never struggle to recruit an international manager because people are always interested. I mean, for example, look what things I didn't think. I know it was rumored for a long time, but Ancelotti is currently the Brazil manager. So if he gets his P45, he could easily consider being an England manager. I mean, that's as good as it gets, right? Ancelotti, England manager.
No.
You're shaking your head. Why are you shaking your head? That's a well-renowned top as he goes.
No, I don't think that's a good appointment.
Wow. Basically, how can you beat that? How do you beat Ancelotti?
Because I think that England play a completely different type of game to Ancelotti tends to send his teams out to play rather than they're not tactically well drilled. And I think that England's playing style isn't conducive to Ancelotti's style. I think Tuchel is perfect for them in terms of a regimented style of play and to try and get a result. I think that's just the way it is at the minute.
Yeah,
I think when you're looking at the nations that you mentioned, they're basically Latin nations, really. Yeah. Portugal, Brazil, and then you've got Spain, and then France has thrown in with the kind of West African contingent holding them together and pushing them through. France are clear favourites for me. And then you've got the Latin nations and whether there's home advantage.
No, I think the home advantage will last till maybe last 16. That's as good as that. I think there are some there. There was I can't see anything more than maybe quarterfinal for one of them. Probably Mexico. Mexico is always quite strong. I would probably put them in a quarterfinal.
I thought you were talking about USA for a minute when you said home advantage.
Yeah, it's all three, isn't it?
Yeah. But Akram, Aki's coming for you, Uche. He's got a comment for you. He's coming for you.
Nigeria have got about 20 more games before they qualify.
The funny thing about this game is obviously if they win tonight, then obviously I think they are overwhelming favourites because the way.
Who is it tonight?
It's happening right now. It's 1-1.
No. Well, what's the score?
I'm checking it now.
You're all happy and it's 1-1. You need to be coming with that talk when it's 3-0, mate.
No, I'm not coming with any talk. I'm saying whoever comes out of that group, there's almost guaranteed to be at the World Cup because the way the intercontinental playoff works is the highest ranked team. They'll be one of the highest ranked team, and then it's just the final. So it'll probably be one against one of the worst ranked teams. So I think they will be good. Whoever comes through, they'll find a way. They have to.
More like they have to. Are you confident, Uche?
I'm not confident. I just need to get it job done. I don't want to talk about qualifiers.
You almost stammered there.
There's no point talking about qualifiers. Your job is to qualify. I expect them to be there. Just find a way to get there. That's what that matters.
So just quickly on Nigeria then. So it's 1-1 with Congo, Democratic Republic. If it's 1-1, if it finishes 1-1, they still go to the intercontinental.
Yeah, penalties, whatever it takes. Someone's got to win tonight. Someone has to
win.
It's a final tonight.
Okay.
They had a playoff game, 2-3 days ago?
Yeah, it went to extra time and it won 4-1. Yeah. There's no way. It's everything. Someone's going home tonight. It's simple as that. You are not going to the World Cup tonight. Whatever way that is going to become, that's how it's going to be. It's an absolute.
Let's be honest. Nigeria shouldn't be going.
Of course. This is clear. You needed a lot of admin errors. You needed a lot of things to come right. So I mean, you got to take advantage of what you get dashed this kind of crazy.
At this rate, Nigeria might win it with all of the.
Because it's crazy to me. Like the circumstances to get through is mad. So yeah, they have to take full advantage. But yeah, like you said, it's clear that they shouldn't even have any chance of being there.
Okay, well, currently 1-1. Democratic Nigeria took the lead in the 3rd minute and Congo equalised in the 32nd. Second half, 62 minutes gone. So we'll keep an eye on that as the pod goes on. If you see Uche with a tear, or not even a tear, it'll be more anger than teary. If you see him start throwing stuff, then you'll know that Nigeria are not doing the job that he wants them to do. Aki's he's firing off some
anti-England vibe for some reason, but he just needs to know that Morocco will never win it. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Aki needs to focus on Morocco actually trying to win the Nations Cup, which I know his memory is fading probably, but you should check that. I don't recall even on black and white that ever happening, but it should come back. Hold that, mate. Hold that. I know you're hosting the Nations Cup, but just hold that for now, yeah.
All right, we'll revisit that. Revisit those comments, but Mikey, another thing that's come out of the England talk this week is about Saka and the fact that people think that he should be benched. I'm not really sure where that's coming from, and who for. I know that he didn't start today's game, but that's probably more to do with resting and the fact that England already qualified. But what's going on there? I don't get it.
It's just ridiculous. I think there was an initial call, wasn't there, when Noni had a couple of good games. It was like, will Saka get back in ahead of Noni? There's this big thing around how aesthetically pleasing Saka is on the eye for some people in the media. But it's absolute nonsense. He's played 47 games for England. He scored 14 goals. He's had 14 to 15 man of the match performances. He's literally carried England at times. He will be one of the first players on the team sheet. He'll be the first after Kane, basically. Then it'll be Rice, and then you'll work around those players. But it doesn't prevent the media from having their narratives and trying to push things. And clearly there'll be players that, like Foden's of the world, that they've continually tried to push in and squeeze in. But fortunately, it appears that Tuchel is quite structured in the way that he's taken things forward. And he's outlined the positions that he's looking at certain players for. And so they won't be able to squeeze Foden in on that side. I'm sure that Cole Palmer will come back and there'll be a call for him to be going in on that side at some point, despite Saka's performances.
Yeah, and I had Joe Bowen started today's match. Beyond Bowen, I can't see, because you'll be playing, if you put Foden there, you'll be playing him out of position because that's not where he plays for Man City. And it doesn't make, and the same for Cole Palmer. If you bring him in that position, he'll also be playing out of position. That doesn't feel like a Tuchel thing to do. The thing I like about Tuchel is the fact that he doesn't seem to listen to the noise. The media seem to have their golden boys, their favorite players, but he doesn't seem to listen to that. And that's only be a good sign for England. And the fact that he hasn't brought Bellingham straight back in or guaranteeing him that position behind Kane is also a good sign. Comment in from Charles. Welcome to the pod, Charles. English media will run. It's coming home story. Closest to the World Cup. African origin player will miss a penalty, 6 yards, crucial miss. You will carry that next 6 months. Story of England. Absolutely agree. We saw it at the Euros where they missed the penalties when Saka and
they were supporting Italy.
Yeah.
Again.
And even in the run up to that, even in the run up to those matches where players like Saka were winning matches, it was still focus on Kane, still focus on other players instead of the players who were scoring. As soon as they miss penalties, then you know what happens. But it is a story of England. It's something that I've struggled with the England team. There's too much of a circus around it in terms of the way the media operate, always clamoring for players that are not playing to be playing, and when they are playing, then they'll vilify them if they don't do well. So it's just a bit too much of a circus for my liking. But Saka is doing the business at the moment. Set up the opening goal today. Scored at the weekend. So anyone who's calling for him to be benched, I don't think they're actually watching his actual performances. Uche, who would you be taking as your... Who would you be starting as your front three? I know you mentioned Saka and Kane starting, guaranteed starters.
Yeah.
Bellingham behind them, and then Rashford on the left.
Well, if you ask me who I'm going to start, it's not going to happen. So let's not. Do you want to talk about who I would start for England, or who I think Tuchel would start?
Who would you start?
Let's go with what you think.
For me, I think the best players has to play. My view on football at the highest level is that the best players have to play. And there is no situation on this planet where Jude Bellingham does not play or start for England. It doesn't exist for me. There is no situation on this planet where Reece James is benching Trent. That's just me. So, but that's not going to happen. That's never going to happen. It's very clear as day. Trent ain't going nowhere. Trent is going on holiday. during the World Cup, and he has to accept it. But yeah, that's just how I see football. Because I just feel like if I've got the Trent I know, and I've got the Bellingham I know is capable, who's a true at a world class status, and you've got Kane and you've got Saka, and you get knocked out. I'm absolutely happy with it. I'll give it a go. But they ain't coming off either. There is no circumstance when these players I just mentioned are coming off, by the way. They're playing 90 minutes, 120, 125 minutes, 150 minutes. They're taking my pens. They're doing everything. That's just how I see football. I don't apologize for none of that. Because to me, I've played the absolute most gifted players every day, all day. That's how.
So who plays on the left?
Who's your left-sided?
Forward. Left-sided. I like what Gordon is doing. I really do, because he looks like a player where sometimes you need that player that has a bit of quality but can also defend. The big problem I'll have with my team is I want to put Cole Palmer in there, but I can't.
No space for him.
Yeah, there's no space for him. I can't do it. So because I will put Anderson with Rice, Bellingham, Kane, Gordon, and Saka. And then obviously, if I need to make a substitution, I might bring Rashford, or I might bring Foden, and I might bring Cole Palmer if required. But yeah, those players I mentioned earlier, they're not coming off. There's no situation they're coming off. They're not coming off that pitch. They're never coming off. We ride and die with those players. I'm being serious. But I know it's not going to happen. So he's going to go Reece James. Reece James is a quality player, obviously. So it's not a massive disappointment. Reece James can do a lot of things, but I just feel like, yeah, there's something that Trent has that not many human beings can do. There's a lot of things that he has. I just feel the quality is very, very high. I think left back, I can't remember who they're playing. I'll probably go with the Man City guy. If you can handle the pressure, it's very difficult to judge because
he's played the last 2 games.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult to judge. It might be a step too far, but I'll probably go with him because again, he used to be a midfielder who's now playing there. So I feel again, if I need you to do something extra, maybe you can do it. And I'll go with Gahey with Stones. That will be the team. And Konza can easily come in when required for one of those.
Gibbsy,
he's back.
Metro's done.
You're missing Aki, yeah?
Yeah, Gibbsy, I think he's back next week. So Metro updates back next weekend.
I don't think is he?
Isn't he? He'll let us know. I'm sure he'll let us know.
Immigration.
There we go. Mikey, you were shaking your head when Uche mentioned Gordon for left side.
No.
Not you want Rashford there.
Rashford has to play. Yeah. Rashford's fortunately got his move to Barcelona and he's picked up his form as we know he can play. When he plays for England, generally, he doesn't do anything wrong. It's only his club performances that have made people think otherwise of him. And he's been playing very well for Barcelona. I think he's got 7 goals, 6 assists, something like that so far this season. Obviously, they're a good attacking unit, but he still has to put his shift in. And he's got speed, he's got skill, and he can strike a ball. I think he gives good balance with Saka on the other side as well.
Yeah, I can easily see that. I've got, like I said, I will probably do a 60-30 throughout the tournament with both Gordon and Rashford. So no issues whatsoever.
Same. Yeah, it's probably Rashford just goes ahead because he's got that blistering pace that can get him behind. He's also on scoring form more so than Gordon this season. But got some great comments coming in from Charles. Tuchel look at Kane, how he plays. He benefit from wide forwards on the wings, Gordon, Saka, Bowen, Rashford, etc. Also, additional comment, wide forwards over Foden or Eze, to be honest. I know, Mikey, you might disagree on the Eze comment.
Yeah, I mean...
As an Arsenal fan?
Yeah, Eze can play anywhere. I wouldn't pick Eze to start. It's a difficult one, but Eze will impact a game. He's just got so much talent. And we saw that with the finish the other day when he came on.
It's the pass that made it, to be honest.
Yes, apologies. Foden has to play on the basis of Eze scoring that cracker. But yeah, no, Eze, his touch is just so good. that he offers something different. I think that Gordon coming on for a Rashford doesn't really, it's not going to impact a fullback as much as an Eze coming on and changing the way he plays. You probably want all three in case a Gordon or a Rashford gets injured, for that kind of directness down the wing. But you might want somebody on the ball to retain the ball a bit better than those players, and that's why Eze would be nice to float in and be a goal threat.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, England are qualified. Uche, any Nigeria updates?
I don't have one, mate. Stop disturbing my life.
All right, well, England are qualified, so we're all good there. And there's some more games going on. I know Republic of Ireland have set up a playoff spot as of today, as they beat someone today. I can't remember who. Scotland have got a do or die against the team top of their league as well on Tuesday.
Did you see the chances that Scotland missed against Greece in the week?
No, I didn't. But I heard some madness.
Ridiculous. So 3-0 down as well.
So Greece beat Scotland 3-2. Scotland had 6 clear-cut chances on how they rate them, and the chances. Oh Lord.
Denmark, they've got a do or die against Denmark on Tuesday. And yeah, Mikey, they were 3-0 down after about 30 minutes, got it back to 3-2. And then the chances they were missed, like going across the goal, hitting the goalkeeper, tap-ins, hitting goalkeeper, all sorts. So they ended up losing.
Like Kibsy wants war. Missing the war.
Sorry, Kibsy.
Kibsy, as you can see, there's only one negative influence here. Look at this. The ambience is perfect right now.
Sorry, Kibsy. He's back soon. He's back soon. So we'll be back on that vibe soon enough. Especially, which is a nice segue, especially as Premier League is back this weekend. As a Liverpool fan, I'm not sure I'm looking forward to that. But as an Arsenal fan, well, we'll start with Liverpool because they're playing on Saturday. But Uche, rejuvenated Forest come to Anfield. You're laughing, but they're the ones who beat us early in the season last season.
Oh gosh, I'm laughing because I can't even discard any of the 3 results, and it's just a joke. I mean, we're champions, and I can't even confidently predict a simple Saturday now. That's where we're at. So I'm laughing out of just pure the madness of it all. It's just very disturbing. I don't know.
Listen, I don't want to hear this deflation. You're coming back to a perfect game, an easy game against Nottingham Forest.
I wish it was easy. Because again, what's Dyke gonna do? He should do what I expect him to do, because we're gonna struggle with it.
Nottingham Forest.
Kibsy, we have to win, and I think I'll predict 2 win. What I'm trying to say is, it's not really based on recent data. That's the problem. It's based on. I'm begging. It's a baseless. It's becoming a baseless claim. Because Dyke is gonna come there to make it difficult, and rightly so. And if he does what I expect him to do, which is just sit there, long balls all day, maybe even get the Chris Wood to play if he's fit enough, we could have problems. I'm gonna predict a win.
Diabolical.
Honestly,
talking about having problems against Forest at home.
The way we've gone from, what was it, 7 in a row winning, to 6 weeks later, and we're struggling to think we can confidently beat Nottingham Forest at home.
It said something like 10 losses in 10 games or something like this. I'm like, what the hell?
So stop it.
It's atrocious.
You were back a week ago.
We were. Our defense decided otherwise, though. So they thought, let's concede another 3
against Real Madrid. You're back. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
To be honest, to be totally honest, this is the fixtures I was looking forward to when I said all that stuff. I was really hoping we'd get a draw. We didn't get the draw against Man City. I think this is the key situation where I see Liverpool should go on a run. But honestly, like I said, based on what I've seen live, it's disturbing. But of course, I'm going to predict us to win, and I'm going to go for 2-1.
Pushing the boat out.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a minute. This is at home, the mighty Anfield.
Honestly,
Yeah,
it is
what's
it is what it is.
what's your point, Mikey?
Oh my
He's at home.
god. Yo, amuse me. What's your prediction? 1-1?
Allow me. I'm just gonna say, my Kibsy, you said we've got to win. Let us know what you think the score's gonna be, please. Mikey, your question. Sorry, let me just read Charles's comment here. Good day, lads. Did anyone ask Liverpool to break the British transfer record twice? There's a right way to spend versus billion other ways. Richard Hughes got it wrong. Liverpool fans have to admit. Good point. Look, I can't. Okay, when you look at the transfer window, and we had conversation about it in earlier episodes, go and have a look. I didn't think we got much wrong in terms of the signings we made. Sorry, Mikey?
And I think you agreed with me.
What's up?
You were unbalanced. You needed to have signed someone on the left. You slightly pulled back on the Gehi thing, but they're key signings. They would have been helping you.
Yeah, I thought that we needed to replace Diaz at 100%, and that didn't happen. But our defense has been shocking. So if we sign somebody to replace Diaz, how's that going to fix our defense? Gehi maybe, and we tried to sign him, and it didn't work. So I don't know what's going on.
Should have made it happen.
Yeah, I mean, what they said no, Mikey. But anyway, going back to
you got to the last day of the transfer window.
Going back to Charles's point, as things stand, it looks like we haven't got it right. I think a lot of that falls down to the way the manager's been using his players. The fact he's brought them in all at the same time. You can't change a winning team and then put 4 new players or 5 new players in and then expect it all to gel. Some of them new to the league as well, expect them all to gel. It's just not possible. I think I heard someone say that the previous guy that used to do the analytics for our signings, he said that whilst he was at the club, his maximum was 2 players that you'd bring into the team at a time. We've brought in 4 or 5 at some points this season. And that was a team that won the league. So it doesn't make a lot of sense. I think it's not necessarily that we got the summer wrong. We got quite a lot of it right, in my view. It's just that the way the manager's been using them hasn't been great. Uche, what do you think about Charles's question?
Yeah, it's a great question. I don't think he got it wrong. I think he got getting rid of 1 player wrong. And only he can answer why that was. I know he wanted to go, but Diaz is such a great player in terms of pressing and stuff like that, that you have to look back on that and say, why did you do that? But regardless, even after getting rid of it, I still don't think he got it wrong, because you just have to manage. And what the manager has unfortunately shown us so far is that he's not capable. And it's unfortunate. And it's really, really unfortunate. It happens, but unfortunately, it is what it is. For someone who was, like I said, a 10 out of 10, more than 10 out of 10, managing the players who were there last season and did a madness. The moment we gave him better players and better, higher, creative, I was worried as soon as I started seeing Verts for more than 3 or 4 games. I knew there was a problem. I've got no problem going back if you don't know how to use a player. I'm really not against not buying the player. It really annoys me when you buy players and you don't use them the way they're supposed to. It really winds me up.
Same.
So that's one of my biggest no-nos in football. I don't understand that. I could never understand that. If you don't know how to use the player, don't bother. Just don't do it. It's just worth it that way. The only thing I would say he's unlucky about is that if Frimpong didn't have this ridiculous, because Frimpong is an exceptionally durable player. So the fact that he's got 2 injuries in such a short period, yes, that will change your plans. But to be fair, Bradley has been okay in a few games. So again, I was very harsh on Bradley, and rightly so, based on how he displayed, but I can't knock it in the last few games. So I just think the manager's not managing. And I'm breaking a transfer record for setting somebody who, in hindsight, it was a waste of time, and wasn't hindsight because I was saying it at the time. I don't know what the big fuss was about. But people shot me down on this pod very many times. I still don't know.
Wait. What? Sorry. You weren't happy with the Vert signing?
No, I'm talking about the other fella. He said broke the transfer record twice.
Mikey, why did you think any different?
I'm talking about a player.
How stupid of me.
I don't know what he does, and I don't know how good he is on a Liverpool shirt because I never see him play. So I don't have an opinion on him. I don't know, but I know that he's not what he was cracked out to be because he just isn't, which is unfortunate. I'm screwing that we didn't buy Osimhen. I ain't gonna lie, because at least you have durability. That's for a start. And I was looking forward to him playing at the midweek, and he didn't start again. So I'm like, what is wrong with his brother? Like, did he actually come on in that game? I stopped checking. I was so vexed.
He came on again. He came on for half an hour, I think, the other day. They lost 4-1.
This guy.
They're rock bottom of their group. Lost 4-1. They've been a disgrace, frankly. Potter.
He's not starting. It's like, what the heck? Like, does he not start football matches now? Is that like a thing? Like, this is it? We're in November, yeah? We've got Haaland on 30 goals, and this dude is on what? 1 league goal?
No, he hasn't got a league goal.
One League Cup goal, I meant to say. Sorry.
Yeah.
1 League Cup goal. That's it. So you got one player you're battling with, on the best strikers in England, and he's on 30 in all competition. You got this joker on 1 League Cup goal, and we're in November. Like, what is happening?
Yeah. Well, we'll see. They've got another game coming up, I think, in the next couple of days. So we'll see if he starts that game.
Something weird about Real, I have to say. I have to call you out on this. I don't understand why you're so hesitant to criticize something that's in front of your face. Like, what is it that you like about this guy?
The thing is he's barely played for us, and when he has played, he hasn't been fit. So I can't. What do you want me to say? He hasn't been good enough, frankly. But then certain other players who had a whole preseason, who British transfer record before Isaac, they've been playing, and I haven't seen much from them. So that's the if you want to compare the two, that's where the difference is. But going back to Charles's point, AFC bought 8 players. Does not seem to be gelling problem there. If it was non-Isaac approach, it would have been so toxic, not toxic for itself. Yeah, I mean,
yes,
you can't. Yeah, maybe.
The point that Charles is making here is that you've bought Verts for a British transfer record. He has to play. I don't even think that Slot knew who he's going to replace.
Honestly,
how did that even happen?
Just on that point, when he signed, the reports that were coming out from him and his camp was he was the reason why he signed for us and not for Real Madrid or Bayern Munich is because he was impressed with how Slot said he was going to use him in the team. That's the most ridiculous. That's the most ironic thing about this whole thing.
It's crazy to me. Like,
so he's a good salesman.
Yeah. The evidence
has he told
what
Verts?
I want to know is what player was going to come out of the team.
Honestly, it's very weird to me. Honestly.
I have no idea.
That's the issue with breaking a transfer.
No, I do have an idea. So
you think it was Szoboszlai? Yeah. So most people would say it's Szoboszlai, but that in itself makes no sense whatsoever, because Szoboszlai offers more to the team than McAllister.
Yeah,
I think
he didn't expect this McAllister.
Even on paper, McAllister, Verts, and Grav. I'm sorry, like that's not secure enough.
No,
but it doesn't need to be, Mikey. We got to be
lightweight.
And it's interesting. No, it's not lightweight. That's a lie.
It's very lightweight.
It's lightweight.
It's not lightweight.
McAllister, Verts, and Grav
was throwing Verts away.
It's never been lightweight. There's
guys, apologies. I've been saying Verts 116.
There's a team that won that cruised this league that had lighter weight than that. Let's not do this stuff. Stop, guys. You know football better than this. Stop.
Lighter weight than what?
Stop doing to yourself. You say
lighter weight.
They're not lightweight. They're not lightweight.
Wait, what was lighter weight than that? Say it.
Okay, so Manchester City won with Bernardo Silva and David Silva.
And
So
who else?
what you're gonna tell me that they're now
else?
strong players?
Yeah, exactly. Who else, Uche?
Who
What are you
else?
talking about? No, I'm saying in midfield they play two
So
eights.
the three.
Who else
Who
played
were
in
the
midfield?
three?
Yeah, who
Sorry?
else? Who else
Who were
played
the
there?
three?
It would have been Fernandinho or Rodri.
Right.
Yeah, we're talking about Gravenberg.
There you
So
go.
are
No.
you dissing Gravenberg now or what?
Listen, Gravenberg isn't
Different
on
player.
that level. I'm sorry, he's not the
Different
Yeah, but
same.
okay, fine. But the point was, unless you're now picking on Gravenberg for being lightweight, my point.
No, I'm picking on the three.
I don't
That's
think
what I
those
said.
two are the lightweight. The problem you have is you have to dominate the team, and the Premier League has changed again. And they're saying, no, we're not going to let you have it. We're going to dominate you with long balls and physicality. And we haven't been able to adapt to it. But
Right. So Uche, okay. So just taking what you said then, if the Premier League has changed and it's about long balls and fighting and second ball, blah blah blah, Gravenberch, Wirtz, and McAllister are not going to do very well in that.
I know what I'm saying, but
environment.
he changed from the
Lightweight,
season
no?
before. No, but
Yeah, but, wait. City weren't doing none of that.
What do you mean?
City were very dominant. Foden was throwing Wirtz away. They
Well, the
weren't
game that
doing
we
this
played.
long
You're talking
ball.
about the game we played, yeah? You're talking about the game we played like the other week,
Yes.
Yeah, of course. I'm talking about just the season overall. You're absolutely right. They didn't play that. My point is, we're not dominating games. You play those guys to dominate the game. You have to dominate possession, dominate the game. It's not happening because they're not giving you a chance to press. They're not giving you time to settle, and they're just a physicality issue. But you guys said it was lightweight. All I'm trying to say to you is that we can go back to Premier League where we've seen players who are extremely light, who dominated this Premier League. And don't forget, those two silvers plus Raheem Sterling, plus Aguero. These guys are not heavyweight players.
They're not.
Did it.
No, I think you're. Listen, Wirtz isn't on none of their levels in terms of retaining possession of the ball in this league.
Yeah, fine. But I'm talking about physicality. That's what I'm saying. You said lightweight.
Yeah,
those guys
can't touch Bernardo Silva for physicality.
Yeah, but it's not
Bernardo Silva might be small and nice on the ball, but he's taking out everybody.
Yeah, but come on, man. We're talking about lightweight, which has to do with
Foden was throwing Wirtz around.
No, we're talking about the height and the stuff. But what I'm trying to say to you is he hasn't adapted, but I haven't seen the Wirtz that I've seen for Bayer Leverkusen, and that's down to your manager. Manager has not been able to do it. He hasn't been able to do the job to get the best out of the players that he's got. I'm not seeing interchange plays. I'm not seeing people spinning around or reading wavelengths. I'm not seeing 1-2s or give and goals. I'm not seeing none of that. I'm not seeing none of that. I'm just seeing a very scattered team. The only thing I would say to Wirtz to back him up is obviously the plan was Isak, and Isak has been nowhere to be seen, as well as Frimpong. That's the only defense you can really make for the manager. Is that you haven't had the full auxiliary.
I wouldn't even give him that because even if the plan was Isak, Ekitike scored goals. So
yeah,
I wouldn't even give him that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm clutching. That's why I don't think I just think a manager has not managed the new players that he wanted. He has not been able to show he can manage them, and that's why we're suffering for that. That's why I can't trust anything. Like Mikey said earlier in the previous pod, it's not good enough. No matter what I say, it's still not good enough because you can't be coming into November, spend all that money, and you got 0 assists and 0 goals. I'm sorry, there's no defense for that. That's not good enough. There is no situation that would ever be good enough for any team. You're not going to win in many things if that's the situation. It doesn't matter. It doesn't take adaptability. Do something. Take a player on. Have a crazy shot. Score. Do something. Do something mad. That's not happening. So, to me, the signings, they don't even get a 2 out of 10 so far. All of them. Every single signing. That's the disappointing thing. Apart from Ekitike. But again, I keep telling you guys, I'm giving... Anyway. Ekitike should get a pass. Let's just leave it there. I don't want to criticize.
His flow was messed up by Isak having to play.
Probably.
What was that about? But then he contributed to himself really because he got that stupid.
Again, that was an impact of the Isak signing because he wanted to show that he's the man.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
oh yeah, it's me. Okay,
yes,
now you're banned.
Exactly. And I think the Ekitike, the problem I have is that from day one, again, he's scoring the goal, which is fine. But there's a lot to his game that leaves a lot to be desired. But it's not a diss. I'm just saying it just is what it is. He's not that guy. That's why people like him.
It is kind of a diss, and I'd agree with you. His pressing is poor, frankly.
You've bought a player with a different style of play to what you need or what you
Yeah.
wanted.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess that goes back to Charles's point about Richard Hughes getting it wrong. I guess.
Yeah.
The players we signed. This is what I don't understand. It's like, in theory, some of them made sense. So if you want to go more direct with your fullbacks, okay, you get Kirkes and you get Frimpong. But then we started the season not going direct with our fullbacks. So it's like,
Yeah.
well, why did we buy them then? I don't understand.
Exactly.
And then it's like, well, we've bought Wirtz, who in theory will take the number 10 slot, because last season, as good as he played and how much he worked hard, he got into positions where he should be scoring and assisting, and he didn't, supposedly. You're getting someone who's better than that, Wirtz. And then we start the season and we're not getting the ball to Wirtz to do that. And we're not defending in the same way as we defended last season with the 4-2-4. And it's like, Slot has gone on and on and on about how second half of last season teams were playing different against us and blah, 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 blah. I'm bored of hearing it now. It's like he's over-focused on that, tried to change things on top of changing half the team as well.
Yes,
and then he's wondering why it's not working. And then it's you're giving Isak preseason. You're giving him preseason in league fixtures.
Yeah.
What is this? In league fixtures, like the other teams are going to turn up and say, "Yeah, you guys,
you have it. Yeah, don't worry.
This is a training match for us. You take the points.
You just go ahead and you just go ahead and do your thing, and we'll just watch and just admire from afar. It's crazy, but that's what we're dealing with.
And here we are in November, middle of November, and we can't even predict a win for Liverpool at home. Gibbsy, going back to you.
Win. Well, let's have yours.
Yeah,
Gibbsy, you mentioned earlier 3-1 to Liverpool. Isak and Ekitike. Isak isn't going to start.
Isak's going to play, Gibbsy.
Isak isn't going to start, I'm afraid. He might get on, but I'm not even confident about that. I will go with my prediction for this match is I will go with 2-1 as well. We will concede because that's what we do best. But we should have enough to beat Forest at home. Should. Yeah, we'll see. The other game that's going on this weekend.
Listen to this guy. This is a prediction.
Actually, Mikey, sorry. Go on, Mikey, what's yours?
So I predict, I was going to say 3-0, but you guys are convinced your team are going to concede. And I don't know who's going to score for Nottingham Forest either. But on the basis that you guys are convinced, I'll say 3-1.
Okay, well, hopefully you're right and we're wrong and we've got an extra goal out of it. Okay, so the other game that's going on, this big game for Arsenal, is the North London derby. I say big game, as I mentioned earlier. It's a 3 points for Arsenal, isn't it, Mikey? Although, saying that, you got the hot off the press for me yesterday. That
you were quick to share that.
I was watching the game. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Gabriel had to come off injured in yesterday's Brazil versus Senegal match. He looked like he was holding his groin. He was walking gingerly as he came off the pitch, so it doesn't look like one that's going to heal by Saturday or Sunday even.
No.
So, Mikey, what are your thoughts on the game?
I imagine Gabriel will miss the game and miss 2 to 3 weeks, which is unfortunate and not what I would want. Well, we've got good cover. Not at the same level, but Mascaro or Calafiori could go in there. Hincapi could go in there. So
who?
They can pick one.
Who?
Hincapi? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I thought you said Gappy. I was like, who is this? Another player? Another defender?
No. So one of those left-sided players can go in there. No chance, Gibbsy. If we lost to Spurs, I'd be very distraught. They're not on my radar. I expect it to be pretty comfortable. We should be having our players back. From what they was talking about, Noni could have been on the bench for the last game, so he should be back. Havertz should be back. Gyökeres should be back. Odegaard could be back as well. So if they're back, It's all good.
Smokies.
Tottenham can play who they want to play. Play 12.
Charles, Spurs at Emirates, a non-issue. They fold, absolutely. Low block from Spurs, but the issue is set pieces. Perhaps with Gabriel on low block team, someone has to take that mantle up. Yeah,
True.
attacking wise, not just defensively. Attacking wise, he's a miss, especially from set pieces.
True. He helps us unlock those low blocks. When we score a set piece, then it can open them up a bit more and give us some more space. Tottenham are definitely going to come and play their counter tactics, and we'll see how it plays out for them.
But what are you going for in terms of the
score?
3-1. 3-1 Arsenal.
Yeah.
And Uche, confident of an Arsenal victory?
No, I was before, but I think that news about Gabriel and the fact that this man likes to bore everybody to pieces. No, not Arteta. No, not Thomas Frank this time. They seem very well set up for big teams. I expect them to actually win this game.
City, didn't they? They beat City.
I expect them to win this game, so that's what I'm going for. So I think they will shock the world, and they will win 2-1. They might even go 2-0 up in this game.
Do the lottery.
In fairness, so
only because of the way he sets him up. I think he's done it against PSG. He's done it against Man City. He will do it against other big teams he sees. It's easier for him to manage away from home. They seem to be on it. True. It's not going to be pretty. They seem to he can play the style he wants away from home, and they're just terrible when you watch them play at home because they can't do what he wants them to be doing. So I generally think there's a shock here, only because of that. Thomas Frank has done it. Once you do something more than once against top teams who are well set up, and that's what Arsenal definitely are. That's the only reason I'm going for a shock here.
Okay, and
so they're going to score 2 against us, yeah?
Yeah, because it's the same setup. They score one on a nonsensical one-shot, one-goal kind of nonsense. You guys will try and obviously counter and blah, blah, blah. Then they score again on a counter. It's no different to what they did against Man City. Not too different from what they did against Paris Saint-Germain. That's what they do. He sets up extremely well away from home. But then
it will be interesting.
But then good luck watching Spurs under that man against other teams, because he's a joke. He's a joke. I mean, he's not going to last long, because who wants to be paying a ridiculous amount of money to watch that drivel? But that's just my opinion.
And it is ridiculous amounts of money. I watched the Spurs against Man City game. Spurs actually should have won by more. They were excellent in that match. I didn't see the PSG game. But I'm not as confident as you, Uche. And just to say, in fairness to Uche, he did predict a shock with the Sunderland result. I think he said Sunderland to win. Did you?
I didn't go that far. I think I went for a draw. I think I went for a 1-1. I didn't go that far.
Okay, well, you got that one right. So maybe he's on a roll here. But I'm not as confident.
Go with him.
I'm not as confident. And for the new viewers, we've got a predictions table going. Uche is firmly at the bottom. Not firmly, but he was at the bottom. He was at the bottom. That draw with Sunderland may have got him taken him off the bottom of the table. But I don't want to risk it with saying that Tottenham are going to win. So I'm going to go with what I think, which is true, is that I think Arsenal are going to win. Probably 1-0. 1-0 set piece, and then dog it out for the rest of the match. That's my prediction. So 1-0 for me. And I think we are at the end. Uche, I was going to ask you something.
Yeah, go on.
So you're a massive fan of transfers. There's been a lot of talk this week. I mean, it crossed my mind earlier, and I forgot to mention it when we were talking about Diaz and replacing our left side. A lot of talk this week about Semenyo and Liverpool as a possible January transfer.
Please, Semenyo, if you know what's good for you, do not come. Do not fall for it. Pointless chat. Honestly, we want more players. Are you kidding me? Again, the problem I have with Semenyo signing, excellent player, love him. I like the way he plays. Again, it's just going to be another situation. Same question. I'm not going to back this manager to manage him. There's no way I'm going to do it. What is one thing that Semenyo is good at doing? Anybody's watched football. What's the one thing he's good at doing? What's one thing he does very well?
Attacking. Semenyo just needs to wait till the end of the season and see what options are available.
Yeah, and I think that's a good option. Honestly, there's no way Semenyo is going to do well for Liverpool Football Club because he has to change his style. Semenyo takes a lot of shots. Semenyo is given the freedom. He's not going to get that. So Semenyo comes in tomorrow. Yeah, we've got Wirtz, we've got Isak, we've got Mo Salah, and what? He's going to be having those amount of shots. Are you seriously going to tell me that?
I mean,
in what planet is he going to have that many shots?
No, Gakpo has a lot of shots.
It does.
Nah, yeah, true.
Well,
Yeah, he does.
A lot of block shots because he does the same thing.
Nevertheless,
every move.
But it's just the freedom. The guy is just given a lot of freedom, and they're given a lot of freedom. Once you press high, you get a lot of chances, you get to have a lot of shots. You know, he takes their penalties and all these things. They're just gonna be dried out. And when Semenyo starts struggling, let's not act surprised because again, I won't blame Semenyo the player. I'll blame the manager. You bring in another player. You're not telling me what you're gonna do to get the best out of him.
Richard Hughes will be bringing him, but yeah, I see what you mean. That's
why I'm not enthused by it at all. It just doesn't do it for me. Please don't come.
Yeah, please.
I would take Mikey. You don't want him to join Liverpool. That's what it sounded like.
I think that he can wait until the end of the season and perhaps have a better option. He might want to go to the Emirates, you know?
Oh, okay. That's what it is. Okay. Well, all the reports are that he's been vocal about wanting to join us. But we'll see. We'll see if it happens. Anyway, we can leave it there, guys. Thank you to everyone who's joined the pod. Charles, welcome to the pod. Some great contributions there. Please do like and subscribe. Everyone who's watched this today, thank you for joining in. Also, like the video. It will help us to grow as a channel. And then we will be back next week. So thank you all, and we'll see you again next week. And we are...